entrepreneurs out there who are, doing things in the community. And pretty much we got 2 special guests. Before we announce our guests, I got to read some announcements like I usually do. Okay. So we have Chamber of Urban Business. July the 24th. Is that the right flyer?
I think that's the right flyer. July
24th at 4 o'clock to 5:30 at the Huff Multi-Purpose Center. And that's located at 8555 Huff Avenue in Cleveland, Ohio. So it's a Chamber of Urban Business. And what you're going to do, you're going to see, B.B.L.O.T.T, Flamingos is going to be there, Bazier Jones, Neighborhood Works Chartered members. And we're going to be talking about becoming an entrepreneur there. So we're going to discuss different things of how you can be successful in becoming an entrepreneur if you're trying to start your business. And that's going to be July the 24th at 4 p.m. Also, one of our guests here is having a Living Single fundraiser event Sunday, September the 8th, 2019, from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Mediterranean Partying Center. And that's located at 25021 Rockside Road, and that's in Bedford Heights, Ohio. The cost is $25 for the tickets, and they go on sale, or they already on sale as of June 30th. So you're going to have a special guest there from the Improv, comedian Brian Tidwell? Brian Tidwell. I met him long time ago. So this is the flyer. And then we have the guest. She's going to be talking about this event that's coming up. So we're going to move on. We have 2 special guests. One is a grant writer, grant professional, Ivan. Let me think of his last name. Don't tell me. Ivan, yeah. What's his last name? Kennard. Okay, Ivan. And then we have Miss Yvette. Lynette.
Girl.
Stop playing my time.
Lynette Spicer is on the show. Everybody wave.
Hey.
Now, before we get to the special guest, I got a question to ask because I wasn't there.
You wasn't? Okay.
All right.
All right.
So audience, that we have this Pink Friday. Montana manufactured this event, and it's supposed to be for women only. Okay. So she had one this past week, and I want to know about it. So tell me, Montana, what about this Pink Friday? What happened?
Pink Friday is for women entrepreneurs that are networking with each other. Now, some of the Pink Fridays that happen, we do, because I think they were kind of getting mad because we had men at the Pink Friday. Men can come to the Pink Friday. Men, because some of the women, what happened was, some of the women that were the vendors, their husbands was, helping them, and then they stayed over for the Pink Friday, and they had a good time and eating cake and chicken wings and stuff like that. So when it got aired on social media, the guys got offended because it was some guys at the Pink Friday. So some women events can have, men there, I guess. But it's supposed to be for women, but men can come too. I'm sure like the diamond drill is for men, but women can come and support men.
We didn't discuss that. But I just wanted to clear that. I just wanted to know what happened. Was it good?
It was good. It was a good Pink Friday.
A lot of business owners?
It was a lot of vendors there. A lot of business owners that were there representing, supporting each other, as a matter of fact. And pretty much we had a good time at that Pink Friday. We have another Pink Friday coming up, the Layback. Now, I don't have her information on me at this time, but I'm going to post it on Facebook. You will see it on the B.B.L.O.T.T Facebook website. So if you go under B.B.L.O.T.T in the groups, you will see it, or go under my webpage, T-Bird, on Facebook, and then you'll see the Layback. Pink Friday is going to be next Friday at 7 o'clock p.m.
Now, we will be there.
You going to be there?
Yeah, we'll be there.
Oh, okay. Man. So we're gonna film that. We're gonna post that up. So we're gonna see everybody acting decent. Networking event for business owners is gonna be. We're gonna have fun, right?
Yeah. Since you did that, I'm bringing the cues.
Can we cut this? Can we just cut it? Just cut it. Yeah, no, I was playing. Cues can come. Okay. The cues can come. They invited.
All right. So, shall we get started?
Let's get started.
Okay. One of our professionals that's here today, Ivan Kennard, is going to talk to you about the importance of grant writing.
Woohoo, Ivan!
Awesome. Thank you, team. Thank you. All right. Good morning, everyone. As they stated, my name is Ivan Kennard. I'm a grant writing professional. What my job is to do is actually get some funding inside of your nonprofit and for-profit businesses so that we can actually get that velocity that we talk about a lot in B.B.L.O.T.T. In regards to, pivoting the community and also impacting the Black community more specific. My background, I am from Cleveland, Ohio. I'm a Euclid High School graduate of 2013. As you can see from my shirt, I am a Morehouse alumnus, graduated in 2017. Missed that debt relief by about 2 years recently, but no worries. And while there, I studied psychology, big on community, investment, community development, looking at, pivoting our youth to be on the correct space in regards to just entrepreneurship, in regards to education, academics. And even my junior year while there, I studied abroad in South Africa, where I did a research proposal in student dropout rates. And I'm really where I indicated that not only is education an impact, but also politics, also economic development, and also making sure that there is some type of way for individuals to actually grow outside of just that, microcosm of school, things of that nature. Since beginning with B.B.L.O.T.T, I have learned a lot about grant funding in regards to, just how that can be utilized in regards to, if you have an event proposed in regards to Miss Spice right here, or even if you just have, an idea that you want to get pivoted off the ground, you just may not have the funding. So what grant writing is it's a way that you can utilize the federal government, that agency, to then impact a community based on, public services, and also which then moves forward to implement, economic development inside of that space. What my job is to do is to hear what your mission is, and then utilize your mission and compare that to what the government has or the federal agencies have, whether that's business, whether that's a proposed, just normal, grant funder, sponsorships, to then match that up so that we can then utilize your mission to then impact the people and then build your business even further. We've talked so much in regards to B.B.L.O.T.T, in regards to the businesses that they have. So I've learned so much about what Cleveland has to offer inside of business, and I believe that grants is one thing that we haven't been utilizing in regards to the capacity that they have offered. Just across government, just across roads being developed, just across parks being developed, youth development, housing in regards to that. So much more, so much more space, so to say, that we can utilize grants in regards to build that gap and so what we have in today's time.
Okay, great.
Yeah. I got one question.
Talk to me.
And this might be a question for you and Montana. I went on a server and a database where we can pull up all the nonprofits.
Right.
And I've seen so many nonprofits just in this area right here. I just pulled up this area, this zip code here.
Right.
And a lot of them, when you can look at the asset value and all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them looks like they're not having activity or funding.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What do you think may be one of the Achilles heels of getting funding, or people, nonprofits finding the grants?
That's a great question.
That is a great question. Wow.
Usually, so that first step of writing a grant, you have to pass that initial screening, right? Initial screening is making sure that you've actually answered everything that grant writer is asking for. So whether if that's supplying the correct budget, making sure it's within inside of those parameters, making sure your mission aligns correctly, and also making sure that the actual nonprofit or that business has some type of background that has already proven or that will continue to prove that they're actually going to invest inside of whatever social realm that you're looking to invest in. One thing that I find that a lot of individuals who write grants or that have failed to get that grant funding is just that the story isn't really compelling. Right? Grant writing is always a story. It's talking about where you've been, where you're looking to go, and how this funding will then pivot you to get that job done.
Almost like interviewing for a job.
Correct. Just like that.
Okay.
You're coming in with that
Also-
resume. That resume
Right.
is your proposal, and you're coming in making sure that you're answering every point. You're not being too long, but you're not being too concise, and that's pretty much it.
Also, with the grants, with these nonprofits not applying for the grants, because some of the nonprofits don't know how to run a nonprofit successfully. They don't know that they have to wait at least 2 years to get a grant as far as federal and state is concerned. And the grants that are advertised, they don't know about, applying for those grants as well. as far as network connections, offer grants. Urban League offer grants. Other corporations, as far as community grants are available, they don't know where to go to get the grants.
Correct.
And they're just stagnated. They don't know what to do.
Correct.
So they're running off of either they're funding their own nonprofit out of their pocket, or they're running off of just memberships and pretty much donations.
And that's a great point as well. That networking has so much of an impact on how businesses are developed. Currently, I work with a nonprofit now. It's called Black Connect. It's an app that you can utilize to actually connect with businesses here in Cleveland, Atlanta, California, and we're expanding across all 50 states to get that networking aspect done.
That's good.
It's huge, and it's going to take off, so much, further than what it's already taken off. Right now, it's at about 750 members, and basically building that network can then open up the door to then grant funding, to then building relationships with grant writers look at, and also those grantors look at, to make sure that you're not just the only individual in that pot. You have other stakeholders that are actually going to invest in it with you. Right, so networking is huge as well.
Very good. Wow. Now, what are some of the important things that a nonprofit or an officer of a nonprofit has to consider after receiving one of these grants?
For sure, I would say in regards to just making sure that you're abreast of the receipts that you're using and how you're utilizing these funds.
Gotcha.
So as many of you nonprofit individuals may understand, administrators, you have to go through some audits, right? You have to make sure that the grantor has a track record of where this money is going. So if your proposal, for example, let's say you have a youth mentoring program, and that youth mentoring program is a cooking class, right? So how much money are you spending on food? Right. How much money are you spending on, that rent? How much money are you spending on, let's say you have t-shirts or, chairs, tables? They want to see these line items to make sure that this money that you're utilizing is going to where you're going to be distributing it to.
Absolutely.
So when you're utilizing this money, you want to make sure that you're abreast of, okay, X amount of dollars are going in this bucket and X amount of dollars are going here. And then I can, back that up by the receipts and also by those line items.
Now, can grants, can you get paid off a grant if you write it into it? Like, people want to get paid. How do they get paid?
So it's comparable, right?
Right.
So in regards to, for example, let's say you are running that nonprofit where you're teaching youth how to cook. That's not a $100,000 industry. You know what I mean? Right. Unless you have X amount of individuals across all 50 states. So as long as it's comparable to other individuals that are doing that job, and also it's within inside of those parameters of that grant that you're being afforded, then it can be accepted. But within inside of that budget, you want to make sure, once again, going back to your first question of why some grants are, going through that first stage of initial screening, you want to make sure your budget is tight and it's as concise as possible, and it makes the most sense. Because if you're exceeding that budget, or if you're not doing enough to appreciate that budget, then that's what doesn't continue on for that initial screening.
Okay. All right, cool. Okay.
Now, let us know your experience about B.B.L.O.T.T.
Oh, my experience with B.B.L.O.T.T. From the beginning, it's been a dearth of information, from real estate to business, ownership, to the evaluation of business, the impact of business to a community. Just being able to bounce ideas off of the class, it's different when you just have a one-on-one conversation with someone about a business. But to then hear where other individuals are inside of their business and the experiences that they had and the bumps in the road that they may experience, it then gives me an idea of, okay, let me anticipate what may happen. Or let me see what may come next, and then I can, have that network going back to there to then say, hey, what would you do in this instance? Or I took this step, how would you take the next one? So it's been a dearth of knowledge in regards to networking, in regards to just your input on, finances, your input, Montana, on nonprofits. And I think it's a great resource to our community.
Great. I appreciate that.
Much. Sure. So, Ivan, why don't you go ahead and give the community something about yourself that you want to finalize, you want to close out with, and then we can move on to our next visit. Perfect.
Yeah, so once again, my name is Ivan Kennard. You'll be able to reach me through my email. It's Ivan Kennard, IVANCONARD @gmail.com. Also, I'm a case student as well, so you can reach me through my case email at IVAN.CONARD @case.edu. If you're looking to build your business, please go download blackconnect.com, create a profile, and then we can get that going as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Ivan.
And also, if you want to come to the program, the B.B.L.O.T.T program, he will be teaching on grants in detail, more detail. And you want that information for your nonprofit. For the nonprofit people that are struggling with their nonprofit, come to B.B.L.O.T.T so we can help you form that nonprofit successfully. So our next guest is Lynette Spicer. Yay, she is a B.B.L.O.T.T member. She graduated last year, right?
Yes.
She came to 2 programs, graduated last year, and she is doing a world of things in the community, and she's very successful in her nonprofit ventures.
Hey.
So let's talk a little bit about what you do.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Good
And I
afternoon.
just first of all want to just praise God and thank God for this opportunity, and thank you all for giving me the opportunity to be here. Thank you for all the listeners, everyone out there. Super, super, super excited about this opportunity. My name is Lynette Spicer, and I am the founder of the I Believe in You Foundation. The I Believe in You Foundation was created to encourage to encourage hope, faith, and strengthen to the ability to believe in oneself. Our mission is to create experiences that would transform lives, hearts, and minds. With that being said, we have a very special event coming up. As Montana mentioned, we have the Living Single event, which is a fundraiser. This is a fundraiser for the I Believe in You Foundation. We are gearing up this year for our 4th year of the Cleveland's own Sunday Best Showcase Talent Competition. And we need your help. We need the community to get involved.
All right.
I need some help. I need you guys to come out with this fundraiser. That's one purpose for the fundraiser, for the Cleveland's own Sunday Best. However, the Living Single event, this is a very important event here. This will give single individuals, or everyone is actually welcome, but we know that the majority of Americans are single today. Some people struggle in their singleness. So we want to promote healthy single tips for being single, and also we're promoting tips for having healthy relationships. We'll have an open panel discussion. We'll also have an opportunity for audience to participate. We're also planning to play the dating game, which will give the audience, some of the participants, an opportunity to participate in the dating game. And the participant who answers the questions with the best answers, we'll have some gifts and prizes. And also we have the comedian Brian Tidwell. He'll be there as Cleveland's own from the Improv. He'll be there as a comedian. We'll be serving food. We'll have fun. We're going to have some music, and we're going to have an opportunity for singles to mingle. I'm just really looking forward to somebody's going to be blessed.
And what's the ticket prices for that?
And I'm sorry, the ticket cost is $25, and you can go to Eventbrite. Again, it's called Living Single. The ticket sale will end, I believe, on September the 1st, if I'm not mistaken. But it does give the end date of the ticket sales on the Eventbrite. You can also go to the website. We have a website which is the I Believe in You. That's I Believe in as in Nancy U. I Believe in You foundation.org. You can go there. You can take a look and see some of the things that we've done already. And believe it or not, a lot of this I've done out of pocket. It's my passion. It's what the Lord would have me to do. It's my vision. It's my goal to help people and to transform lives and help them believe in themselves and what God has created them to be. So I would deeply appreciate all the support I can get. We definitely, Cleveland definitely needs that platform for individuals to use their gifts and talents. And that's what we do, is we provide that platform for individuals. If you had great talent, you were in Cleveland, Ohio, outside of karaoke, outside of church, outside of school, each year we have a commitment to provide this platform for you to use your gifts and talents, whether it's singing or dancing or whatever the case may be. We also great gifts. This year we're offering an opportunity for the first place winners to compete for 5 hours of free studio time. Okay, in the past I've been giving away $1,000 out of pocket. I need some help, you guys. I need some help.
All right.
You know, but this year we're structuring this a little bit more where you can have a better experience, I should say. Not only will you have the opportunity to win gifts and prizes, but we have also implemented a life coaching session. The competition is fun, and and so forth, and we want to compete, want to win, give some prizes, but we want to make sure that people are operating with a clean heart and a clean mind. We're in this together as a team. Our number one, our goal is to glorify God, and number two is to encourage others. So that's what it's all. That's what it's all about.
All right.
And ages start from 13 and up. If you go to the website, which is again www.theibelieveinyoufoundation.org, you can register there. The auditions are free. We're doing auditions right now as we speak. We have a few slots left available, and the instructions right there on the website. As far as the auditions is concerned and the registrations.
So,
Okay, let's ask some questions.
Okay.
You got your own commercial going.
Like this and
Wow, we didn't even get a chance to ask any questions. Like, can we ask how you got started? Like, people want to know, how did you get started, and how did your journey started, and like.
Okay, well, believe it or not, it was a few years ago. I started with a.
Did you have a question?
Yeah, I had a question.
Okay, sorry about that. Let him ask you a question.
I'm sorry.
And then there you go.
You can ask me.
Go ahead.
Okay. Now, I walked in our facility one day, and it looks like you were like hosting a casting call or something like that. Okay.
Yes.
And then Montana told me how wonderful your previous events were. You were actually throwing events before you came to B.B.L.O.T.T, correct?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Why don't you tell the audience about those events, so they can kind of like draw a picture of what you're producing out here.
Amen. Yeah. Well, I'll be honest with you. Praise God. The very first event that I did, and I just have to give all glory to God, because that's where the vision came from. It was all spirit led. It was a youth event. I coordinated a youth event. I had never did anything like that before in my life. God provided. I guess my goal was just to use the money out of my pocket. I was just going to use my regular work money, my paycheck, and money just came from places that I didn't even know it was coming from. God provided, and God showed up and just blew my mind away. And it was, like I said, it was a youth event. I had the opportunity to go out to speak to youth, and also they had the opportunity to come and they did some rapping and lots of things took place there. But a lot of kids gave their life to Christ. And that by itself just blew my mind away.
That's wonderful.
That blew my mind away. My face was to the floor when that happened. I knew God was in the midst of it, but my mind was blown from that point moving forward. And I've just been moving forward ever since then. I just continue.
So as being an entrepreneur, you have experienced a lot of things as being an entrepreneur as far as business is concerned.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh,
cool.
yes.
All right, let me tell a quick story how I met Miss Lynette. I had a broken ankle, and I was hobbling at church. We have 3 services, so I'm hobbling, passing out flyers about my classes. And then I had sat next to her, not knowing who she was, because I had met her like maybe once. So she is my kind of like what is it?
Sister-in-law.
Sister-in-law. So I'm sitting next to her telling her about the class. I say, yeah, we have these classes getting ready to start. And so she said, well, I want to come to the class. And she would never come to the class. She would call me every time the class started. You having classes? Yeah, I'm in class right now teaching. All right, let me call you. But when your next class start in another month, she'll call me the next month. You got classes starting? Yep, it starts tomorrow. Okay, I'm see if I want to join that class. But first I'm going to go to Tri-C and take a business class. I'm like, okay then. So it took her a whole year to the next year. She finally came to the program. As a matter of fact, she came to the program twice. She learned for-profit and non-profit. And then she brought her daughter. And her daughter is doing very well in her business. And her daughter came and did the for-profit and non-profit. And then they've been Zooming ever since.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you coming out to the show and telling your story about entrepreneurship, about a little bit about B.B.L.O.T.T. Kind of, I had to throw B.B.L.O.T.T. in there.
Oh yes, definitely graduated from B.B.L.O.T.T. and praise God. I mean, that was all God right there. It just fell right in my lap because I had been doing the events out of pocket. And I didn't know that nonprofit. I didn't even know it was available.
So now, are you getting more sponsorships, donations, and?
Well, you know what? I'm just I'm putting steps in place. I'm typing up my letters,
Okay.
But I'm still paying out of pocket though right now. You know what I'm saying? It's just because it's my passion. This is what I'm doing.
So
but
you're impatient.
well, yeah, but at the same time I got to keep moving. I'm trusting God. I'm just trusting God.
Okay.
I'm just trusting God. It's just that simple. I just can't stop and wait for wait. I have to keep moving, and that's what the Lord would have me to do, is continue to move, and it's a step of faith.
Okay. Sometimes
So now
God
you
say,
are
wait.
501c
yes,
status.
that 501c3 status, and so this is my fourth Cleveland Zone. This is the fourth Cleveland Zone Sunny Best Showcase Talent Competition, and we're looking to have some great this is a special edition this year. I don't want to tell too much information as of yet,
Right.
but we have some really great guests coming this year. If anybody came last year, it was a phenomenal. I don't even want to call it a show.
I heard it was nice. I heard it was
I don't
really
even
nice.
want to call it a show, because for me it's a ministry. But every person that competes, everyone is great. Their talent is excellent.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a judge. I don't have anything to do with the judging at all whatsoever. That's the hard part.
Okay. So tell me this: are you realizing that even though you're a 501c3 and that is a charitable gifting type of concept, it's still a lot of hustle and bustle as if you were a for-profit, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that's not. I mean that's every day. I mean from the time I wake up. I mean even 3 or 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I mean you working. You always working. You always working.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you realized that, because you like to teach in the class. Just because you're a nonprofit don't mean that it's not about making a little bit of money and hustling and making sure you get the right audience and the right traction, right?
Oh yeah, you have to plug in, and you got to be teachable, and you have to go out and learn and be willing to listen and from other people and network and
Right.
yeah.
So we
that's
got a little bit of time. So pretty much our end of announcements, we're going to talk about real estate.
Real estate. We're gonna talk about real estate for.
You're gonna give the announcements about real estate, that when the class is getting ready to start, what you're gonna be learning real quick in the next 3 minutes. So, because we talked about that last week, and when he comes back, talk about real estate. So basically, block classes is starting August the 11th and 12th. Sundays at 1 to 4. Mondays from 6 to 9 p.m. We have a real estate class starting August the 14th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. And what will they be learning real quick?
Okay. In real estate, what you're going to learn in our class is, starting in August, what day did we pick?
August 14th.
August 14th. We're going to have a slew of professionals that's going to talk about everything compartmentalized. You're going to go from 1 week talking about how to analyze a property, a prospective property. Then we're going to talk about wholesaling. We're going to talk about flips. We're going to talk about buy and hold. And we're going to talk about selling a property. And each one of those segments are going to have a professional that's dedicated just to teaching that. We're also going to have field trips, which should be fun. We got it designed to where maybe on the weekend, we pick most of the time as weekends, but even during the week, that you'll be out and you'll be going to visit and put your hands on these properties, get to be in the midst of it. Just like B.B.L.O.T.T, what we like to do is we like to put you in the game. We don't want to make this a lecturing session.
Right.
We want to make it interactive for you, enjoyable, and make it an each one teach one type of situation.
All right, so join us for that. We also have a do-it-yourself marketing on August 6th at 6 p.m. So give me a call at 216-815-7300. You want to register for any other programs that we're offering. And you can also come on our website, B.B.L.O.T.T.net. So BBLOTT.net. That's our website. So that is it for today. Next week we're going to be having 2 more special guests coming on the show, and then we're going to talk a little bit more about real estate. So if people are interested, nonprofit and for-profit structuring. All right. So thank you very much. I'm Montana. This is
Vernon Tyus.
Who?
Vernon Tyus.
Oh, okay.
Until next Wednesday, we see you.
All right.